had a black president in the early 1900s, but the real story isn't just that. It's why most people don't even know. Carlos Antonio Mendoza served as president of Panama from 1910 to 1912, during the country's earliest years as a republic. He was a lawyer, a legislator, and one of the key figures involved in shaping the country after independence from Colombia. Mendoza was just president during Panama's founding. He was directly involved in it. Historical accounts credit him with helping drafting the Act of Independence of 1903, placing him at the center of the country's transition into a new nation. Not long after, he spent several years in Bocas del Toro, where he lived and practiced law, roughly between 1904 and 1908, remaining politically active even outside of the city. As president, Mendoza played a stabilizing role during a fragile political moment, worked with the Liberal Party, and helped maintain continuity in government while Panama was still defining its institutions. Influence wasn't limited to foreign politics. He also wrote and established political commentary, letters, and writings that were later compiled, offering insight into how he understood the country's direction and challenges at the time. His presence in places like Bocas del Toro and his connections across political, social, and even fraternal networks like Freemason showed how deeply embedded he was in the country's early leadership circles. This wasn't just a president passing through history. He was actively shaping it, both inside and outside the office. But to fully understand this story, you have to look at the system he was operating in. Many Afro-descendant leaders at the time operated within political systems that didn't openly confront race. Mendoza identified as a man of mixed Afro-descendant heritage, and in a society shaped by racial hierarchy, this mattered. Being light-skinned, or what we would call passing, could make it easier to move within elite political spaces that were not equally accessible to everyone. So his identity may have both existed and been strictly unspoken at the same time. That helps explain why many people don't even know that he was black, because historically those identities were often minimized, softened, or left out entirely in how the nation's history was told. So yes, Carlos Antonio Mendoza helped build modern Panama, but his story also reveals something deeper: how race, power, and identity were navigated, not always named. Feliz mes de la etnia negra.